Hey guys, it's Mike with another King Arthur Legends Rise video. A couple days after the Raid Up Summons banner update, and just kind of going through what we're working on the account and talk about some of the things and kind of after the dust has settled, how we feel about it. So the first thing I want to talk about is in the rubies or the crystals here. They do have these pop-up offers we've talked about several times on the account. I think the one that I'm going to go for is actually going to be the safeguard set, because it is a two-piece set that would help me be a little more survivable, that I could use alongside the vigor set. I think the Ascension set is also a great set for a damage dealer. Probably not too bad for in-game. It might not be a bad idea to pick up a set of this. I might actually get one of each, as I do have time, and I've almost got 3,000 rubies, so I might pick up one of each of those sets to add to the account and try to pretend like I'm in-game. I'm waiting to see if we get towards the end of this day period and we have not seen a crystal consumption event come in. I will pick those up. Otherwise, I'll wait until that crystal consumption event comes. That way I'm actually getting rewarded for using those crystals. If we go jump out into the events going on right now, you got the Nika mission event. It's unfortunate it's in Origin of Apolia. There's like nothing in here. I mean, I guess you can get life set, but ultimately I don't know it's a huge benefit. But I am going to go ahead and push on through here and try to get these rewards, just because there are some summons in there. There's some selectors. These are going to help you along in future events if you needed to max out champions to get into some of those higher rewards that, like the free copy of Brennan might bring on. So having these on the account are going to be a big win, so I do want to get those on the account. Spirit Festival, diving through these every day. I did hear that they changed this. I mentioned in the last video that you could wait till the last day and do all of it. I think you do have to do this every single day to qualify for it. You have 12 days to do the 5 tiers, I believe is how it works out. But you do have to do them sequentially. You can't do them all on the last day. So that is something to keep in mind. On the gold collecting event, I've already maxed that out because I was in dire need of gold. So I spent some time in Gorgos and I leveled up, as well as some of the stamina coming through. And then you got more stamina going through Forbidden Dungeon with all the levels you can clear when it resets. So I went all that right into Gorgos and got some gold there and leveled up a lot of equipment and did some builds, so that's pretty exciting. And here, this is just going to be working through your clan stuff every day and getting that dialed in. We have another 6 days to get that done. I did switch clans over to MikeGoG. If you want to join us, there's still room. We're looking for 25 players that log in every day that want to play the game with us and get these free summons every day, so we'd appreciate having you. On the raid bounty, I am going to spend some time over here in the favor dungeons, mainly just to stack my account up, so that as we get into some of those areas where I need to awaken champions, I have the favors ready to go. So having the legendary statues, I want to get to 100 of each of them, just so I have them on the account, so that when those events pop up, I'm ready for it and I don't fall behind. Coming back to the Mastery Memory Stone event, I still don't feel great about this event, but I do feel a lot better. I do feel this is Netmarble's attempt to really speak to the end-game players and give them an event that makes sense for them. If you think about the best rewards possible in the game for an in-game player, Raid Up Summons are going to be at the top of that, because they're waiting for those new champions to come to the game, and every time they can get these, they're going to want to pull those to save money that they potentially don't have to spend later to get that champion. Also, these selector items allow you to upgrade a lot of, you get to select what you want, and so you can upgrade the champions you want to upgrade. That's going to be crucial for in-game players. Relic summons, the relics are a little harder to get than the champions themselves, so that's going to be a win there. And then obviously a relic selector is probably going to be one of the best things in the game that they could actually offer as a reward. If you feel like there's a better one, let me know. I think a character selector is also amazing, but for an in-game player, probably have every character. I've been playing 90 days and I'm only missing one. So you could basically choose a chivalry, but a relic, once you get that relic on your account, you have that relic forever. So I feel like then it's just a matter of maxing it out with resources that you probably have an abundance of if you're an in-game player. So I do feel like this is the best reward you could put on the account for an in-game player. So I think this event is Netmarble's way of trying to speak to in-game players. Where I think it falls down is the content itself is not engaging at all. And the memory stones that, you know, that you, like as an in-game player, you may or may not even need 6 chivalry upgrades. You may or may not have been saving these. This is not going to make you, if you have 120 of these, you're going to play the game for 5 minutes and get all this stuff. That's not fun. So I feel like if you're going to do an event that's geared towards in-game players, you should really engage with them. Make the event fun. And then upcoming video, I talk a little bit about some ideas there. Like you could do like a Nika event, except maybe you got to clear a dungeon with all rare characters or all uncommon characters or something like that, where you get some amazing rewards for doing it, but it's a very difficult thing to do. And the in-game players aren't going to be wasting their time over here in the gold collecting event because they have everything in here. They don't really care about it. They're going to be wanting to put their stamina somewhere else. So give them a place to play. So I do think that there's some opportunities to improve this, but I do think it is a step in the right direction, and we should be supportive of the thought of what Netmarble is trying to achieve here, although I do feel like it definitely has opportunities. That being said, upon further reflection, I am going to look to see if there's any way I can get to 120 on my account. So what that looks like for me right now, if I look at my current status, and we just got a bunch of memory stones from the reset of Forbidden Dungeon and the clan and yada yada. So all those came in. Now that won't happen again, so that's going to be a one-time thing for this event. We only have another 12 days, but I'm starting with 48. Which is not hateful. It's not great, but it's not as bad as it could be. So from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump out into story mode, go to adventure. On chapter 7, I've got these 10 sitting here. Chapter 8, I've got 10 sitting there. 9, 10 sitting there. And chapter 10, 20. So there's 50 right here to get me to 98. Now, it is a pretty bold thought that I'd be able to get all of this content done before the end of the 12 days. But I am going to start on chapter 7 and just see how far I can get. I'm not going to use any of the memory stones until I get to 120, because if I don't get there, I'm going to save them for next time, assuming they're going to bring an event like this back. From there, in the main mode, on level 10 on hell mode, on hard, I've completely finished everything all the way through 3 stars. On hell mode, I do have some opportunities here on level 10. I actually get a summon champion there, but you have 5 memory stones here. On chapter 8's 5, chapter 7's 5, chapter 6's 5 is 20, and then there's 5 on chapter 5. So I got 25. So if I were able to finish those 25 plus the other 50, that would give me 123 rate-ups, memory stones, and I'd be able to complete the event. Do I think I'm going to be able to do it in 12 days? Probably not, but that's going to be what I'm going to be working on mostly while I go through this. I also, because the likelihood of me being able to complete that is super slim, I'm also going to go through, knock out the rewards here. It shouldn't take a lot of stamina for me to do that. For the adventure mode, it doesn't take any stamina. And then on hell mode, it's taking minimal stamina because I only have to beat it with 1 pass on each of those levels. So with a couple hundred stamina, I could probably get pretty far, or at least get stuck, which I know there's spots right now I'm already stuck. So I don't know I'm going to be able to get 3 stars across the board on everything, but we can give it a shot and see. But we are going to go through, make sure we're doing these every day. We're going to make sure, well, we actually already finished the gold because I went through that pretty quickly. The clan events, we're going to do that every day. Raid bounty, I might kind of jump in here. I am trying to stack up these statues in general, but probably just, you know, run through maybe 150 to 200 stamina a day as those come around, just to kind of see where I end up here. I don't really feel like I need anything in here. Definitely going to try to get at least to this 300 armament tokens. Probably won't get all the way to 8,000. Talking about the rate up banners themselves, I potentially will pull for Ceres if an event pops up that requires her to be on the team, because I do not have her as a champion. So if there is an event after this Nika event, although this one is running for 12 days, so I guess maybe it would come in after the gold collecting event or the clan activities. I don't know. Like, so it usually halfway through the raid up summons banner, there's a new line of events that pop up. So maybe there's a series event going in there. If there is, I'll have to look at the rewards and whether or not it's worthwhile for me to go in there and actually pull those summons. Looking at what's going on here with Nika, if it's something comparable to this, I mean, they're juicy enough to be tempting. And then I get to pull, and I love to pull my rate up champions anyway, and then I'd have everybody in the game. So there's definitely some appeal there, but it's going to require that event to pop up. Otherwise, I can sit tight and wait to get my my champion through the special summons. She's in the pool. I just need to get lucky enough to pull her. So speaking of that, let's jump into the account and see what we can pull today. We have a couple different things going on that might be fairly lucky. You might see something come out of here. We do need Anguish. We're falling behind on Anguish and Sarah, so both of those are going to be going towards Chivalry, so that's a big win there. We have the potential of getting Legendary here. Never seen it happen, but we got an Uncommon, and then here we can only get Rare. There are still 4 Rare Relics in the game I do not have, so I don't think none of those are Rare, so I have everything below Rare as far as that goes. On the Relic Summons, we do have 25. Why do we end up, so we always have so many in the Flame? But let's jump into the Flame Relic and see where we're at. We can pull 20 of these guys here and get this moving, and kind of move towards Pity a little bit there. On the Flame Relic, I'm not entirely sure who I could be super excited to pull. Obviously anything new would be fantastic, but the legendaries I think about their Flame Relics, such as Merlin, Sergius you can't pull, but the Flame Relics that come to mind, I think Anya's Flame Relic would be pretty big. I'd be really excited to pull Anya's Flame Relic because I have her Frost and her Storm, but I do not have her Flame Relic, so that would be a pretty cool piece for the account, but not today. We're going to go ahead and get another rare here. Let's see here if it's anybody new. It is not, so we're going to turn those guys into, we're going to turn those into tokens. Normal summons, we do have a 10 pack. We'll go ahead and pull that. Why not? I am getting nervous using some of these resources because at some point they might bring into the game where summoning certain amount of folks is going to be part of a event, and not stacking up these tokens could bite me in the butt later. But hopefully they don't do that, or I'll learn from my mistake and I'll adjust the way I play. And then we're going into the summons here, and we're going to go with 30. We're 48 away from Pity, so we're not guaranteed anything here, but we'll go for it, see if we get lucky. I think the last 4 or 5 times we've gotten lucky. We haven't gone to Pity, and again, we're getting lucky again. My last 10 pull was incredible. Wow, what is that, 6 rares and a legendary. My last one I got 5 rares and a legendary, which was obviously a little better with that extra legendary, but you haven't changed in the slightest Vivian, so this is my 5th Vivian? I think this is Chivalry level 4 for Vivian. So she's definitely moving up on the account there. We'll take that all day long. Just kind of moving closer and closer to getting her. Yeah, she's already Chivalry level 3, so that'll get her to Chivalry level 4. Getting close to Arduin, getting maxed out here. Another Sarah, she's getting close. Frederick is at 8 over here, and Bors is at 7. So I think that wraps up Arthur as well. So we are actually moving forward in a couple of those rare spots also. So let's go ahead and get this next 10 pack rolling. See if we get lucky again. I can't even ask for it. Like, I feel like the content creator luck is real. I don't know what's going on. 4 rares, we will take that all day long. We got Cormac, and so that'll take care of Clementine. She'll be on Chivalry level 10, and then that'll be our second for Bors, so maybe moving towards 8 and 9, or at least 8, and we'll see what another 10 will hold here, and go from there. And nope. Okay. All right. So we got another 20 towards Pity. That's more like it. I was due. I definitely was due a single rare. That was. It's been a while. And another Boar. So we'll take that. The other one is Anguish. I'm falling way behind on Anguish. So that's been kind of an interesting. He's one of the rare champions I actually use. So we come in here. We got Claudius has moved over. They got rid of Bedivere, brought in Claudius. And now they got 2 copies of her. You got her in the daily as well as the weekly. So nothing in here that's getting me super excited as far as utilizing my my tokens there. And then on the relic shop, we've got Anya's Storm Relic. I already have, but that is a great relic. And then you have Sigrun's Storm Relic, which I don't have. I'm pretty sure I don't have that. And then up here you have Claudius's Flame, which I think she starts with, which is kind of dirty that it's in here. But this is not one that I'm seeking, and so until I have 105,000 where I would be able to buy a second one right away if one came into the marketplace, I'm going to sit tight and accumulate those resources just in case something really good pops in there. But if we go in here and select all these guys that we're not going to be using, we can go ahead and exchange those. We're getting 421 of those tokens there, so that's going to be cool on that end. And then we'll switch over to the relics. I don't think we got any new relics today, so yep, they're all getting converted into tokens. We're getting 2,570 tokens there, so stacking up towards that next one that we picked up. On the last one, I did get Betavir's Storm Relic. Don't know if it's really any good, but I didn't have it, so I decided I was going to put it on the account because I'm a collector at heart and I love to have all the things. So we go tracking down here. Let's take a quick peek at what Vivian's Chivalry level 4 is bringing. HP plus 10%. That's going to be helpful. All of her heals are based on HP, so that is going to be a win in her healing. Although I guess some of her heals are based on her converting dots into heals, so it's not going to be on her max HP. But it's all a step in the right direction. So we'll go ahead and invest that 109,000 gold into Vivian there, get her dialed in, and then we'll take a quick peek at the rare. So we got Sarah going. We're going to get one more level on Sarah, so she's on level 9. 2 more copies of her and we're ready to go. Arthur got maxed out, so that's going to wrap up with, man, to go through so much gold doing this. This is probably the worst thing to do, but once it's done, it's done. So, you know, you got to kind of move forward. Anguish getting up to level 6. I think he is my lowest rare as far as chivalry levels. I could probably use these guys on him because I don't know who else I'm going to use them on. But come on down. Where we at with Accolone? No. Ralph's at 6 as well, so we have some opportunities with Ralph. Frederick, we got to bring him up to level 9. Clementine, we also get to bring to level 10, so that maxes her out. So now when we pull her, she's going to be converted into tokens also. I think Arduin is also going to be level 10. So we are getting pretty close to having all of the rares dialed in, which is pretty exciting. We do have all of the commons and uncommons dialed in. Urian's down here at level 7. Oh man, Isolde is way down here. Somehow I'm not pulling any Isolde and no Anguish. So she's actually a great champion too. So I mean, that would be kind of nice to get her chivalry up. Boars, we got 3 copies of, so we're going to get chivalry level 8 for Boars. There was a team that used Boars for something that was really interesting. I remember being interested in it and then thinking, well, I got other things I got to work on, I'll come back to it. And then I never went back to it. So I might have to look that up to see exactly who's using Boars and where they're using them. But that's kind of fun. But yeah, so that's what we got for the chivalry front. In light of the new Memory Stone usage event, I'm going to go ahead and hold on to these. I'm not going to spend these until I absolutely have to, just in case something pops up for rares, which I can't imagine they would do, but who knows at this point. It's a resource that's hard to come by and hard to stack on your account in a short period of time, so I'm just going to go ahead and accrue it just in case it pops up and helps me out later. The other thing I did want to talk about is in this event, I mean, I don't know these rewards are worth going through and spending these memory stones on, but you're also getting 6 chivalries out of this. So, and I need 6 chivalries anyway, so if I'm able to get this done while this event is going on, it makes a lot of sense to do it, because and then I got to go through my champions and figure out where my 6 chivalries are going to go, because I have a lot of opportunities to go into a lot of places. I could take Nika clear to level 8 and still have 2 chivalries left. I could work on my Iric and get her dialed in. There's a lot of opportunities there, so hopefully that's a problem I have to deal with in the near future. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me all the way to the end, going through the little summon session there, and I look forward to seeing you next time.